All right, everybody, come on in, come on in. Welcome. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I am Maggie the Substitute Teacher. Uh-oh, I lost my charge, but hopefully we will be all right. We're going to be making something called preacher cake today. I saw a recipe come across my feed and I said, ooh, let's try it because I have some of the ingredients, all right? So for anybody new here, hi, I'm Maggie the Substitute Teacher. I make food and femininity content, and today we are going to be baking a cake. So let me show you all what came up in my feed, and then we're going to get started. We're going to bake this cake, and it's supposed to cool and then you frost it, but this is a struggle cooking class, so we will just make it work however it needs to work. All right, so if you like this type of content, you can tap that screen and let me show you all what we are making today. But before we begin, some of you all know, some of you all don't know, I am a proud Ghanaian American, and today, March 6th, is the 69th or 69th. It's Ghana's anniversary day, the first sub-Saharan country to be free from the British rule. And so I am very proud, and we are celebrating today, hence the reason why I have this jewelry on. So all right, come on in everybody. Let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna make this cake. Let me turn up the volume. This one is a little bit longer.
Preacher cake. A member of our church congregation passed away recently, and I was given the opportunity to bake a dessert for the family for after the funeral. I remember feeling so blessed and just overwhelmed with gratitude when people of our congregation made food for my papa's funeral, so I jumped at the chance to return the favor. Grief is a weird thing and it hits us all differently, but I truly think food does help. So you're going to go in with
It looks like it's bright. Let me turn the brightness down so y'all can see.
2 cups of all-purpose flour and 2 cups of sugar, 2 eggs.
I'm looking at my ingredients.
And then you probably saw that there was baking powder on my counter, but you don't need that. I don't know why I thought that was part of the recipe. And then you're going to go in with a teaspoon of baking soda, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and a pinch of salt. And then add in a full 20-ounce can of crushed pineapple, a teaspoon of vanilla. Mix that all up. It'll look like an oatmeal consistency kind of.
It does look like oatmeal.
And then add in a cup of chopped pecans or pecans, however you say it.
We say, what do we say in the South?
Someone
Pecans?
once told me that you
Pecans?
pee in a can and you eat pecans.
That's
so,
not elegant, especially when we're talking about food, so forget that part. Call them nuts,
and then
whatever you want.
Cook it in the oven or bake it in the oven. If you're a chef, disregard my cooking terms. But you're going to bake it in the oven for about 30 minutes.
Okay.
If it's not done, you could do 35 minutes, but I do the good old butter knife test, and it came out clear at 30 minutes.
Hello, Trini. Hello, Mark.
And then once your cake is pretty much fully
This
cooled,
is what caught my eye.
frosting.
This is what I want to do.
You're going to do a full stick of butter softened. Mine's slightly melted because I forgot to set it out earlier. And then a full 8-ounce block of cream cheese, a capful or about a teaspoon of vanilla. Now, this was really difficult to stir together, I'm not going to lie. So I just did the best I could, and then I went in with the hand mixer.
We'll go with the hand mixer. We're not going to stress.
Then you're going to add in 2.5 cups of powdered sugar. Now, I do recommend adding it in half-cup increments. It's just going to downsize your mess. Okay. And I make a lot of messes when cooking, so trust me on that.
Messy cooking is fun.
Once it reaches that consistency, you're going to put it on your cake and then smear it all together, make it look real pretty. And then don't forget to do a taste test because that icing is literally delicious.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
And then I did like a topping concoction. I did about 1/4 cup of brown sugar, maybe a tablespoon of cinnamon, and then some more chopped pecans. You mix it all together, toss it all together, and now we're going to take it to the family.
Christine. Okay, so this one is a pretty long one, y'all. We're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to turn on the air conditioner because you all know I'm a woman of a particular age. So she calls this preacher cake. It's basically a cake with crushed pineapple to keep it moist. Uh-oh, did I lose my power? It's basically crushed pineapple to keep it moist. Oh, no. Hold on, y'all. My fan is stopped. Hold the phone. We need the fan. We cannot continue without the fan. I got to make sure. Okay. Whew. We haven't even turned on the oven yet, and I'm melting. But yeah, so you can use this on any cake, but I wanted to give this frosting a try. I really thought, let's just make the frosting, but I have to struggle cook something for you all. Thank you all so much. We're up to 400 likes on TikTok. Today is a team sweet recipe, so if you like cakes, and I'll show you some hacks along the way. This is going to be a good recipe. And I think the name Preacher Cake is just because it was taken to a church function, but you could take this to a potluck, you could take this to a bake sale, you could gift this to a neighbor. I'm going to gift this to the ladies at afternoon tea tomorrow because I need to show them how to eat sweets, all right? So hello, Bree, I know you're baking all the time, so let's go ahead and get started. So we need to make this cake. I am not a professional. I am a struggle cook, all right? I just play one on the internet. So I'm more of a cooker, not a baker. Baking intimidates me because you have to like commit once it goes in the oven. But we struggle cook our way through these things and it always comes out well. Yes, we are. So come on in, everybody. Welcome. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie the Substitute Teacher. And this recipe, along with all of the recipes, are on FoodTokTV.com. So let's start with the batter. She had a big bowl. So I've got a bowl here, and I think she just kind of puts everything in this bowl. Let me start by wiping down the counter and washing my hands. Most traditional baking recipes, and I'm not a professional, they tell you to mix the dry ingredients in one bowl and then the wet ingredients in another bowl. There's a reason for that, I'm sure. Yes, you want your dry ingredients to be really well incorporated so you don't have like a clump of salt or a clump of something if it doesn't stir well. We're just gonna put it all together. Like she said, it's gotta be some type of oatmeal consistency. So again, we're gonna cook with our hearts, but I'm sure we're gonna make mistakes along the way. Happy Friday, Danny. Thank you all so much for being here. Killis is gonna share a simple cooking recipe. Please do. It's butter, sugar, and flour. Sounds like a wonderful sugar cookie. Yes, yes, yes. And I'm actually very excited. I won't share too much, but you all know our oldest is somewhere in the world. He is a Marine, and I did get a phone call, and fingers crossed he may be able to come home for Easter. So I'm very excited. We may be able to cook cookies, bake cookies, and all that stuff for Marcus. Because y'all know I don't need any cake or cookies, all right? Hello, Adelinda, come on in. Let me wash my hands. I am Maggie the Substitute Teacher because when I'm cooking for myself, I cook with sugar substitutes, dairy substitutes, and gluten substitutes. However, we're not using any substitutes today. This is going to be a full flavor recipe. All right. So let me just go back and watch what she does, and let me pull up the recipe. So we need a bowl, and we're gonna put everything in this bowl. I think she has the oven at 350, so I'll go ahead and preheat. Y'all know I don't even preheat. I did empty it, so today we're gonna pretend like it's always this empty. So let's go ahead and put it on 350. Now, if you saw the video, she did her cake in a foil pan that you could take to like a potluck or something and just leave it there. I looked, I don't have one of those foil pans, so you could do, let's see. All right, got a lot going on. You could do, it looked like a 9x13, so you could do one of these. This recipe will probably do one of these, but I don't want to use this and then be fighting to get my pan back. Y'all know how that goes. Hello, Jenny Jean. Happy Friday. So I have a couple options here. Y'all know we struggle. So I think I'm going to do 2 square pans. Now, when I looked in the video, she started off by buttering and flouring her pan, and I believe that's so that it comes out clean and it doesn't stick. We can do that. Maybe I'll do that a little bit, but I'm going to use a little hack. Air fryer liners. I know it's already off the rails, y'all, but these air fryer liners, you can get them everywhere. The Dollar Tree, they have them round, and these are a little bit square round. So I'm actually going to use an air fryer liner because this is basically parchment paper, and parchment paper has been treated with silicone. Hello, Erin Laura, happy Friday. And so naturally it doesn't stick. So we're gonna put one here, and then we'll put one over here. And I'll still, just because she did it in her recipe, I'll still kind of butter and flour, and then we'll set it aside. All right, that way also, because I'm not gonna all the way cool, I can lift the whole thing out with the parchment paper. But if you're watching the video, and this one is from Ethan and Lisa, if you watch the video, she used a foil pan. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll make two. I really want to have like a little ramekin off to the side. Oh, let me keep this for y'all. A little ramekin off to the side so I can make one for research purposes. Okay, so I have 2 sticks of butter. One I've let out for a couple hours so it's soft. That one's gonna go in the frosting. This one is refrigerator cold, so we're gonna use this one like a magic marker to just kind of coat the inside so it doesn't stick. So come on in, everybody. Hello and welcome. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. We're up to 800 likes. Let's see if we can get to 4 digits. Let's see if we can get to 1,000. Today we are making what is called, or what she calls, a preacher cake. You can call it a potluck cake. You can call it whatever you want. All right, so in my 2 square pans, I'm going to use a cold stick of butter. I don't think this is necessary, and we're just going to go on here like a magic marker on the sides too. If you're doing directly on the pan, it'll help it release, or at least that's what I think. All right, so we'll do both. And if you don't have this square shape, you can, fold your parchment or crumple it up. Y'all know I'm always having parchment struggles. Okay, and then if you saw in the video, she dusted a little bit of flour. Now look, don't laugh at me, or honestly, you can laugh, I do not care. I didn't have flour. I had a suspect flour in the pantry refrigerator that I think was cake flour I got from the giveaway box, so that's what we're going to use, all right? But if you're following the recipe, I believe this should be all-purpose flour, okay? So I have this, and I'm going to put it in a container so it doesn't look all janky, but we're just gonna dust a little bit on the inside and then move it away. And I believe somebody who's an actual baker let me know. So we have a little bit of butter in here. Let me be careful because of the fan. I'm just gonna put a little bit of flour in the bottom. Someone who's an actual baker, let us know. I believe this is to help it release. And we'll just kind of move it around. Whoop. Just so we can kind of coat the bottom with some flour and some extra clumps for insurance, all right? Come on in, everybody, welcome. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie the Substitute Teacher. Okay, so instead of 1 9x13 pan, we're gonna do 2. I think these are 8x8 or something like that. That's what I got. All right, so now we're actually going to make the batter, and I think what I'll do is go ahead and put all the dry ingredients together and then do a dry stir. Cake flour is gonna be better for the recipe. Thank you, Bria. See? I love it. We got real bakers in the house. Bria has a channel. I watch her make all these yummy treats on there. Y'all know we just figure it out over here. Okay, so let me pull up the recipe because y'all know I don't know. So we're gonna put all the ingredients in this big bowl and stir it up until it looks like oatmeal. I will go ahead and do the dry first. So in this bowl, we're gonna do 2 cups of flour. All-purpose, or I happen to have cake flour. So, and does somebody know what is the difference between all-purpose flour and cake flour? Because I don't know, all right? Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate the tips. Hello, Kyle. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, we made it to 1,500 likes. Come on in, everybody. Thank you. Make sure you are subscribed to FoodTokTV. Now, this has got some clumps in here. I'm just going to go ahead and put it in because this recipe, the batter is supposed to kind of look lumpy. But if you're doing something that's supposed to be like really smooth, maybe like a real pancake, you can even sift the flour to get the clumps out. I'm not doing that, all right? But somebody let me know what's the difference. Ah, we got the International Quiet Storm. I have something that I think you will like. Towards the end of the stream, I will reveal it in case this is an epic fail. Kyle says cake flour is sifted and finer. Well, all right. So 2 cups of flour. It looks sifted and mighty fine to me. All right. Now we need 2 cups of sugar. This is a full flavor recipe, y'all, so we're gonna use real sugar. And I had to go to the kids' fridge and get real sugar. Are you feeling your pre-diabetic? Is your blood sugar rising already? Ah, Karen loves the dress. Thank you, sweetheart. This is an African dress. I have so many. I was born in Ghana, and today, in case y'all are just coming in, today is Ghana's Independence Day. It is a beautiful country in West Africa. If you all like my travel content, I'm already booked. I'm going back. I love to celebrate New Year's on the beach, so I will be back home in Ghana. I always go between Christmas and New Year, and it's wonderful. And so I always buy dresses when I'm there, but then when I come back to the States, it's January and it's cold and I can't wear them. So I'm finally unpacking and able to wear my African clothes. So thank you. I am very, tell me you're African without telling me you're African. You know it when I wear these dresses, but thank you, sweetheart. Okay, focus, Maggie. What are we doing? 2 cups of sugar. We're going out on a tangent. We haven't even started yet. 2 cups of sugar, all right? And I'm gonna go ahead and do all the dry. That's a lot of sugar, y'all. Woo. Ugh. 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Ah, I didn't get that out. Let's get the baking soda. 1 second. Come on in, everybody. Welcome. We're getting baking soda. We forgot 1 ingredient. All right. Why we need baking soda? I don't know. Patty says all-purpose is good for breads and pancakes. You've used it to make flour tortillas. Ah, international quiet sources. Maggie stay with a frequent flyer mile. Y'all, I don't know. I just turned 50 last year, and I just feel like it's finally time to, you know, the kids are just about up and out, and it's time to move the way we want to move, right? Oh, the oven's ready, and I am not. Focus, Maggie. Hold on. 1 teaspoon. This is a tablespoon. Hold the phone. There's a difference. Okay, I'm coming. I know. I'm slow. All right. When that thing starts singing, that's when I get stressed out. Okay, 1 teaspoon of baking soda. So if you're just coming in, welcome. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie. Maggie the Substitute Teacher, and we're making preacher cake today. Potluck cake, bake sale cake, pineapple cake, whatever you want to call it. And then a pinch of salt. I'm kind of out of salt, but not really. Hold on. Oh my gosh. Why? Why? Okay. All right. And I'm back. You know those cooking shows where everything is prepped and ready? This is not that. We struggle cook all the time, okay? So a pinch of salt will go in there. Why it has salt? Salt makes it sweeter, something like that. Ah, Lawrence is one of your best friends. His parents are from Ghana. Absolutely, I love it. Okay, and today is our Independence Day. So March 6th, Ghana was the first country to be independent, and that's a big, big deal from the British. So we're very proud of that. Okay, I think that's all the dry. 2 cups flour, 2 cups sugar, 1 teaspoon baking soda. Ooh, I need a teaspoon of cinnamon. I'm running low. But we're gonna put a teaspoon of cinnamon here. So we're gonna have some cinnamon inside the cake. Cinnamon and pineapple. I wouldn't have thunk it. You use a Coke float for your velvet fruit cake? Okay. So we got some cinnamon going in and a pinch of salt. Okay, so I'm just gonna stir all of this and see if we can get that kind of combined. And then we're gonna add the wet ingredients. Okay, so we've got sugar, we've got flour, we've got salt. Let me bring you all the video back. And we've got baking soda. And again, this batter, excuse me, this batter, she said, is supposed to be like, what is it, oatmeal? So I'm not worried that it needs to be perfect. But again, mixing the dry, just so you can see like it's heavier on cinnamon on this side. If you don't get it as homogeneous as possible, you'll get a bite with a big old chunk of cinnamon or salt or something like that. Come on in, everybody. We're at 2,100 likes. Welcome. Our oven is preheated to 350 and the oven is ready. So I think this looks pretty good. I'm gonna taste it. There's nothing wrong there. I'm just gonna taste it, see what it tastes like. My mom says taste as you go. Clearly I like to taste. Just want to see for the balance of flavor. Wow. Ooh, this is gonna sound weird. It tastes like a powdery version of, you know when you have coffee cake and that crumble that's on top, that's like cinnamon, sugary, cakey? It tastes like that. Okay, so far so good. I'm getting excited. We ain't even done anything yet. So all of our dry is in here, okay? 2 cups flour, 2 cups sugar, teaspoon cinnamon, teaspoon baking soda, pinch of salt. Now we need to add 2 eggs. All right, so I have some whole eggs here. I did leave these out on the counter. They say you're supposed to use room temperature. There's probably a reason for it. I don't know. And I know you're supposed to like crack these in another container and then move them over so you don't get any shell inside. I know all of these things. I just don't do all of these things. Hello, North Alabama. Hello, Mama Deb. All right, so like I tell y'all, this is a struggle cooking class. We figure it out. So now that I put the egg in there, I'm not gonna taste it. And then what else goes in here? A whole can of crushed pineapple. Let me wash my hands since I had raw egg. Let me show you all the video. And I need to open this up. So I believe the can of pineapple, and I just placed an order from Kroger, and like it matters, but I got this one, no sugar added, crushed pineapple. So this one is in the pineapple juice. Be careful. I know it's cake, but some of them say in heavy syrup. And if you're trying not to have extra sugar, you know, you can watch out for that. I know this is scaring your blood sugar. The only reason I'm making this recipe, you all, tomorrow I'm teaching afternoon tea to young girls. So I'm baking this cake and I'm taking it there so we can have cakes and teas and all that little stuff. All right. Gotta give it away. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Okay. So I believe I can bake. Not really. Okay, focus, Maggie. We're gonna open this can of pineapple, and I think, Bria says the pineapple keeps it moist. That's what I was thinking. You know how they tell you can use like applesauce, or some recipes use like melted butter? Oh, thank you, Jenny. She says the kitchen is beautiful. Thank you, sweetheart. This is my happy place. I'm with you all Fridays at 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central. Took me a minute. And, but FoodTokTV has different cooking content every day of the week, multiple times a day. So make sure you're subscribed, okay? So we put in the whole can, and now we're gonna stir it up to the oatmeal consistency. And then we're gonna stir in some pecans. I feel like I should have done the pecans with the dry. Oh well, let's get a spoon. So we got this chunky oatmeal. We got this chunky applesauce, and then we're putting it in to the cake batter. Probably, if it were me, I probably would have like beat the eggs separately and then pour them in, just so everything is as combined as possible. I'm just gonna go from the bottom and stir up. You see we've got some like dusty bits, dry parts. I'm sure there's a proper name for it. I don't know. And neither do y'all. You keep coming here and I keep telling you, we go together now. You've been warned, right? Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher. All right, so I'm just scraping the bottom, feeling for any dry chunks. And I feel like it's pretty good. All right, so now she said put in, I think, a cup of pecans, right? Or however you all say them, pecans, pecans. I am not the food police. And if you don't eat nuts, or if you don't like pecans, use almonds, use whatever you like. And if you don't do nuts, maybe like raisins or cranberries or anything semi-crunchy. Okay, so I have these. I bought the chopped pecans. All right, and so we're gonna measure out a cup of these. So the cake is gonna have pecans in it. So we need to tell our people who can't have nuts, we need to warn them about that. Do you think I should do a version with nuts and a version without nuts? Since I'm making two, what do you all think? In case we have people who have a nut allergy. Yeah, you put pecans in everything, Erin Laura? All right, so the recipe calls for, okay, why not? Okay, so, all right, focus, Maggie. This is what we're gonna do. So we're going to use these two. We'll put the nuts in this one. So I'm gonna pour half the batter in here. Yeah, with no nuts, because I think that's all that's left, and then it's going in the oven. So, and I put parchment paper. So just to get it to the sides. All right, uh-oh, we lost some. All right, so this is our no nut version. And then, now I'm thinking, since we're doing half, see, here's my struggle math. Since we did half of the batter, should we still do all of the nuts or half of the nuts? Should we make this one extra chunky because that one has no nuts? Hello, Jeanette, thanks so much for being here. What do you all think? Should I do half the nuts or do all of the nuts? Killer says you weren't asked. I know, and I'm tasting these for research purposes. Rukia says, oh, I love y'all. Y'all are greedy just like me. That's what I wanted to do. But as soon as I put all these pecans in here, somebody's gonna come and say, you messed up the recipe because your batter to pecan ratio has now been disturbed. You will be all right. Okay, so now we have, like she said, kind of an oatmeal consistency. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. Betty says half. Betty, you were late. Betty, you gotta be quick on the... Now Angela says half. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do almost all of it. And then I wanna save one for me. Is that bad? Is that bad, y'all? Okay, here's the whole rationale in my mind. Like, if I make just the cake, it's gonna be obvious that I've taken a piece out of it. And who wants to bring a cake to an event that has a corner taken out of it? Because y'all know I gotta taste it. So we got options. I can either do like a ramekin. I could do like a ramekin, or what might be cute. Can these go in the oven? Like a little mason jar cake? What about mason jar? Or if we really need to be precise, I have some muffin tins. Jack says no. Yes, Mags, I'm Maggie. What do you all think? So this is ready to go. And this is ready to go. So I need to go ahead and put those in the oven. What do you all think? Muffins, ramekin. Okay, we'll do both. So what we're gonna do. All right, so we're gonna do one with the ramekin and one with the muffin tin. So I'm gonna do like she did in the video. I'm gonna do the butter and flour really quick. All right, we're in express mode now because we need to get these in the oven. All right, I'll show you the video in a second. So I'm taking a stick of butter. Let me just wipe this down. I'm so excited. God, it's a problem. Muffins and the ramekin. Will the ramekin fit? Let's see. Maybe I can do all three for y'all. Greedy gong gongs. That's what my mom used to call me and my brother. Okay, focus, Maggie. So we're gonna take the butter. We're gonna grease it up. We're gonna do one in the muffin tin. Do you know the muffin tin? The muffin tin. I know it's the Muffin Man. I make up my own lyrics, okay? And we're gonna grease up the ramekin. All right, and then, oh no, this is the mason jar. Then we're gonna do the same thing with this one. All right, and then, this is a lot. For research purposes, and then we're gonna dust it with a little bit of this suspect flour. We think it's cake flour, I don't know, I found it. This is what we got, all right? We're gonna put just some in there. I'll get in there with my hand and kind of coat it around. We're calling it cake flour, all right? It came in this package. All right, so we're gonna coat that And I'm just gonna get in there with my hand, kind of move it around. Same thing. Y'all are laughing at me. Hey, Almond Eyes, thank you so much for being here. It's been a while to see you. Y'all are laughing at me. I'm struggling. Okay. So we just got it kind of crusty, and then we have some batter that's left. So we'll put that one in here. Let's see if this one will. Okay. Now, if you're just joining, welcome to another struggle cooking class. I have some excess batter. Okay, it's not excess. I'm just being greedy. We'll put some in there. Whoop. We'll put some in there. And then hold on. Y'all know we got to scrape the sides. Uh-oh, I got it on myself. So I'll show you all what's in this cake, but I want to go ahead and get it in the oven because it's supposed to cook for 30 minutes and then cool. We're probably not going to cool, but oh, this is a lot. Okay, now I think I'll put this on a tray. Let me just wipe the excess. Whoa, hold up. Okay. So let's do our cakes in the oven and we'll set the timer for 30 minutes. We'll come to a breather. I'll show you all the video and then we'll start working on the frosting. Okay, so the oven's been at 350. So we're gonna put, this is our gifting cake with nuts. Preacher cake number 1 going in. And then this one without nuts, preacher cake number 2, going in. And I just split it up like that because I didn't want to use my glass tray because I want my pans back. Okay, and then our research, our R&D platter. All right, so let's set the timer. So now I'm going to walk you all through what we just did and then we'll get ready to do the frosting. So come on in everybody, welcome. I'm Maggie the Substitute Teacher, and this recipe came across my feed because it uses cream cheese in the frosting and I have cream cheese lying around. So we'll walk you all through the ingredients. She made this for a funeral, that's why she's calling it preacher cake. So she used a foil pan, buttered it, let me turn the brightness down, buttered it and floured it. All right, so this is something that you could just give away. So in the bowl, we did 2 cups of flour. I did 2 cups of cake flour, 2 cups of sugar, so it's heavy on the sugar, 2 eggs, close to room temperature if you can get them, a teaspoon of baking soda, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and a pinch of salt. And then she said you just mix it, you just mix it all together, all right? So it's gonna look like that. Then she added a whole can of crushed pineapple. That's gonna give it the moisture instead of the eggs and all that. I forgot the vanilla. Everybody look away. Look away. Do not watch me. Hold on. I'm putting the vanilla in here. Hold on. Oh my God. Oh my God, I can't believe I messed that. And I'm gonna stir it. I think I messed the whole thing up. Did I mess the whole thing up? I don't know, and neither do you. Oh God, hold on. Who does that? Oh my God, I messed it up. Okay. Y'all, I missed the vanilla. If it's ruined, I don't know what to tell you. Oh, shucks. But it tasted so good. Okay, anyway, we're just about to make the frosting. I give up. Like every single time, I try to make this stuff right, and I always mess it up. Vanilla won't ruin it. Thank you. Okay. Y'all, I don't know why y'all keep coming back here. This is just... Anyway, so let me clean up. We're just gonna try and make this frosting and we'll figure it out later, okay? So, as I was saying, this frosting recipe is what caught my eye. Is that what we're calling it? Oh my gosh. Y'all, and honestly, I really don't mean to mess it up. Like every time I come here, I get all dressed up nice for y'all. Okay, I dressed up for myself anyway. But anyway, it goes along with my sad story. I come here, I get all my ingredients, and I had the dadgum vanilla out. Maybe, let's put the vanilla. I got a solution. Hold the phone. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put the vanilla in the frosting. So when you take a bite, you'll still taste it. All right, don't tell nobody. Like I said, look away, look away. Okay, focus. So what are we doing? So we made this batter and then we added the pineapple and then, can't believe it. Why in the world? And then we mixed it up. Sylvia says, take out all your ingredients when you're inside and then I start baking. All right, so I think this is where she added the pecans and then she put it all in this pan. This is like a 9x13 foil pan. You could take to a cookout, just bake the cake and then leave it there. I didn't have one of those, so that's why I separated it. So she's putting her lovely cake in the oven. And then now this is where we're gonna start. We're gonna make our frosting, our struggle frosting. So while the cake is baking for 30 minutes, it's gonna come out and hopefully look like something like that. We'll test it with a knife, make sure it comes out clean. Okay, so we need a softened stick of butter. We need a softened block of cream cheese. I remind you of Trini. I hope that's good. There's more vanilla going in the frosting. Remind me. Do not let me forget. We're going to put 2 capfuls of vanilla in the frosting. We're going to extra the vanilla so that you taste it in the cake. Okay, so then we're going to get the hand mixer out and then some powdered sugar. And we're making our own frosting. I don't think I've ever made frosting before. I just buy the Duncan Hines. So we're gonna get it all smooth like that, beautiful. And then automatically our cake is gonna come out and it's gonna be cool. And then we're gonna smother this frosting over top. And we're gonna smear it down like a bagel with cream cheese. Doesn't that look delightful? Yes, give it to me. Okay, focus. Then she made a mixture with some more of the pecans, some brown sugar and cinnamon. And we're gonna sprinkle that all on top. And then this is what she took to the funeral, all right? So all is not lost. I have lost my mind, but all is not lost. So we're gonna clean up the counter. We're gonna bring it down 1,000. We're gonna make this frosting. And somebody said that's the frosting I eat my strawberries with. Which one of y'all's been in my fridge? Who's that? What is that song? Who's that? There's a song. Who's that coming out the door? There's a song. Some of y'all know that song. Frosting with a double shot of vanilla. Oh, who's that doing that nasty dance? Nasty girl. I'm having the whole Janet Jackson moment in my head. This is completely inappropriate. But anyway, I have strawberries. Y'all, we're going to rinse some of these and we're going to dunk them in that frosting. Who's that eating that nasty food? Nasty girls. Y'all know that song? Please tell me y'all know that song. Okay, focus, Maggie. Okay, yes. All is not lost. All is not lost. With a double shot of vanilla. And we need a double shot of rum to go in it. Okay. I feel better now. I was feeling really janky for a moment there. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so we need to make frosting and then we need to make the cookie crumble. All right, we got our struggle cake flour. Oh no, Claudette says too much vanilla will be overpowering. See, we were having a good time and then Claudette had to come rain on our parade. Okay, Claudette, I'll do the 1 capful of vanilla and I'll taste it since there's nothing raw in the frosting. And if it's not too bad, then I'll go in lightly. Come on in, everybody. Welcome to another struggle cooking class. This is Maggie the Substitute Teacher. We're making preacher cake, potluck cake, pineapple cake. We're making the type of cake that is going to be moist and delicious. How do I know? I don't, and neither do you. Have I ever made this cake before? No, and that is painfully obvious. Ooh, Cindy says add lemon juice. See, Cindy, we were keeping it all simple, and then here you come getting all fancy and extra. You see, I already get stressed out with the basic ingredients. But could you do lemon? Lemon in the frosting? But would that go well with the nuts and the cinnamon? I'm wondering, it's either citrus or nuttiness. If you're team lemon, put the lemon emoji. If you want to keep it just spices, is there a cinnamon stick emoji? Let me know. What do y'all want to do? Okay. Oh, I didn't turn on our light. Y'all want to see what's going on in there? So our struggle cakes are baking. Let's put the butter in the fridge. Okay. This I'm excited about because hopefully I don't mess this up. Come on in, everybody. Y'all don't want the lemon. We're up to 6,300 likes. Thanks, everybody. Come on in. Welcome. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. Another struggle cooking class. I'm Maggie the Substitute Teacher. We're making cake. There's 2 cakes in there. If you just got here, everything is going perfect. All right? So, ooh, now see over here, I can frost with sour cream. See, y'all are doing too much. I have a low tolerance for extraness on the outside. My extraness is on the inside. If y'all start throwing ingredients at me, I'm over here ducking and dodging like Wonder Woman. I can't do all that. Okay, Christine says just cinnamon. Okay, fantastic. So let's clean off the counter. We had some eggs like 100 years ago. So we're gonna make some beautiful smooth frosting. I'm so excited. We're gonna make some frosting for this cake. Ah. Okay, wash my hands. Okay. This always happens when I'm on here with you all. Hold the phone, we need some paper towels, and we're gonna make this frosting. Come on in, everybody. Oh no. Where are my paper towels? Hold up. Okay. I'm gonna go to the other room and get some paper towels while you are there. While you all are here, I'm gonna let you watch. Oh, does it not? Okay. 1 second, I gotta dry my hands. Come on in, everybody, welcome. Just getting some paper towels. And we're back, cooking with gas. I need an assistant. I need like garçon. How do they make this stuff happen? I'm always struggling. Okay. So now we are going to put everything in a bowl and stir it up. Stir it up. Come on in, everybody. Thank you all so much for being here. 2 cakes, and now we're thank you. The moderators are letting y'all know what I'm up to because I'm running them up. Hold on, that's not part of it. Knocking stuff over. I need my mixing bowl. And one of my generous sponsors gave us this beautiful KitchenAid. Okay, y'all are gonna laugh, and I hope my generous sponsor doesn't see this. Okay, story time. Not really. You know how your parents will get a new appliance, but it kind of still works? The old one still works, so they won't get rid of the old one. They'll just put the new one next to it. Like, ask my mom why she has 2 microwaves. I don't know. So you all know we have this beautiful, real KitchenAid, but it doesn't have the handle that comes off the top. And so this janky aid that I bought has this handheld mixer. This part stopped moving, so it doesn't really spin. Hi, Dylan. Thank you so much for being here. But the bowl and the thing still works. You didn't ask me all that, but that's what we're doing. All right, so we're going to rinse this out, and we are going to make some frosting, and then we'll make some cookie crumble while our cake is baking. All right, everybody? So come on in. Let us assemble. Avengers assemble. We're up to 7,000 likes. Somebody knows what I'm talking about. Y'all sit there and looking at me like I'm the crazy one. You know you have pots and pans stored in your oven. You know you have parents or grandparents that don't believe in using the dishwasher until you move out. All of these things, right? Oh, thank you all so much for supporting. I appreciate it. I really do try and make nice stuff. It actually comes out well. How? I don't know. And neither do y'all. Okay. Let's put this in. Make sure it's unplugged. Okay. Let's make sure this works, y'all. Okay. Good. You do right now, exactly. All right, so we're gonna give this a nice little wash since it's been sitting on the counter. We want it squeaky clean for our frosting. All right, got the little scrub daddy. Let's give it a nice little wash. Oh, come on in, everybody, welcome. Who washed the dishes today? This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie the Substitute Teacher. We have 2 cakes in the oven. If there's a little lump in them, don't ask. We had a mishap. Oh, Dylan says, I swear I'm gonna get to 21 and move back home, see your mom using the dishwasher. Y'all, another story time. I'm 50. I think I invented dishpan hands. Not really, I'm being extra. But I go over to see my parents, and I'm walking through the kitchen, and I hear this humming sound that I haven't heard before. And I'm like, what is that? Because all my life I had to wipe, right? All my life we had to use, the scrubber and the soap and rinse it and all of that. I'm African, right? And they told us that dishwasher, it doesn't work, Maggie. It doesn't get the dishes clean. You need to scrub the dishes. Okay. So I'm scrubbing the dishes, scrubbing my little 11-year-old, 13-year-old heart out. More pecans in the frosting. It's Jurgen here. So, all my life I've had to wipe. It was so bad, y'all. My parents, when you open the dishwasher, don't laugh. I'm getting a little vulnerable. Not really. You can laugh. I really don't care. I'm old. But my parents had a towel, like a bath towel, in the dishwasher. It was so bad. You can't see my dishwasher. I'm opening the dishwasher. The dishwasher is here. My dad had tape. My parents had packing tape and taped a towel inside the dishwasher because it was a drying rack. Because you wash dishes by hand and then you put them in the dishwasher to dry. And it gets better. When the fridge went out or one of the microwaves went out or something, I replaced my parents' kitchen. We got them a whole new kitchen set. Because like if your fridge goes out, let's say the fridge is, I'm making it up. Let's say the fridge is $1,500, but if you get the whole kitchen, sometimes they'll have the sale. You get the whole thing for like $19.99, right? So you might as well just replace everything. So we got one of those whole kitchen sets. Brand new dishwasher. I was hoping. Y'all, it even came with, when you buy new appliances and they come with like a sample pack of laundry detergent or a sample pack of like dishwasher detergent. I was like, yes, please, Lord, yes. This is the time. My parents are going to come to the future and they are going to use the dishwasher that we just bought them. The next time I came over, where was the tape and the towel? I was so hurt, y'all. I was so hurt. So that was all my life. Anyway, back to the last time I went over to my parents, I was walking through the kitchen. I'm like, what is that sound? What is humming? Is something broken? I looked. Y'all, the dishwasher light was on and I stopped dead in my tracks. Like I passed out and came back. I was like, they waited 77 years to use this dishwasher. Now that I'm gone, y'all. Okay. Focus, Maggie. So we got our bowl here. What are we doing? We're making frosting. I just had to get that out. So let's look at the frosting video. Let's make sure we get it right. I know, y'all. Diabolical. Isn't that right? Y'all, they are so... And had the nerve. They knew I was coming over. Could you at least have run it in secret? Could you at least have done a clandestine dishwasher run? They were just sitting in the living room, just enjoying themselves, got the dishwasher humming along. Okay, focus, Maggie. A stick of soft butter and a block of cream cheese, a capful or 2 of vanilla. And she's trying to do it with the spoon, and then she brings out the mixer. We're not even gonna try the spoon. We've been through enough struggles already, all right? We're just gonna get out the mixer. In all seriousness, if your butter and your sour cream is soft, I let it sit out, and then I think that's powdered sugar. Okay, hold on, hold the phone. This is a lot. So yeah, y'all, they did me dirty. Okay, I'll be all right. I'll be all right, that's family. What are you gonna do? So we have 2 ingredients, and I let these stay out. So we've got soft cream cheese and soft salted butter. We're making our own frosting, y'all. I've never made, I guess we're making a cream cheese frosting. So if the worst happens, I could go work in the Publix bakery. You know, you never know. Look, having a skill, you never know when it'll come handy. But yeah, exactly. That's how they do me. They just went ahead, were watching their CNN, had their little space heaters and blankets on. Were they gonna stand over the stove? No, they have retired from that hard life. Ruby says, how long will it take? I don't know, Ruby. I tried to do these in an hour. It never happens. All right, so we got a stick of butter, but our cakes have 11 minutes. Ooh, I don't know if y'all can see, but it's percolating in there. Y'all probably can't see. It's time for the percolator. It's time for the percolator. It's time for the percolator. The cake is like bubbling. I'm not a baker, I'm a cooker. So I don't really know. Maybe that happens all the time and I just don't really pay attention. Okay, focus Maggie. 1 stick of butter, and we have our cream cheese. Again, I left this out so it's soft, okay? That'll make it easier to mix. If you get it out of the fridge, you can put it in the microwave for like, I don't know, 10-15 seconds on low power. Just be careful because, you know, it can go to liquid really fast, and that's not what you want. You want softened, not liquid. Anyway, focus. We're 8,700 likes. Thank you, everybody. Come on in. Welcome. Get me a crusty bagel with smoked salmon, capers. Oh, I'm having a moment. Red onion. Oh, my God. Can't have any of that. Okay, sorry, that was a bit much. 1 stick of butter, 1 block of cream cheese. Now, we're going in for the vanilla, and I am not forgetting. All right, so we have our struggle vanilla here. If you're fancy, you could do vanilla bean paste. I knocked it all over trying to get it in the oven. So we're gonna do a capful per the recipe. I feel so satisfying. Isn't that what the kids say? Don't worry. Yes, it's gonna need stirring. Ruby, no, this is our frosting. We're just gonna slap it on just like that. Okay, so she starts with a wooden spoon. I'm not doing that. We're just gonna go in with the hand mixer, and we're gonna beat it. Just beat it. Just beat it. No one wants to beat it. Show it. This is why I can't go nowhere. So we're going to beat it. It looks pretty. Okay. Now I'm going to taste it to make sure it's not too vanilla. Then we're going to add another cap of vanilla. If you don't know, I'm not going back in time. It was traumatic. Okay. So let's just taste it. There's no egg or anything in here, so I'm just gonna taste it. Just butter and cream cheese and vanilla. Ooh! If we didn't have a cinnamon crunch cake, I understand. Whoever said add lemon to this, I understand why you would put lemon. You know how that cream cheese has a little tart finish? Lemon would be wonderful, but we're doing like a cinnamon cake. Ooh, yeah. Ooh. It's got a nice like vanilla finish at the end. We're going in with extra. So excited. I'm feeling vindicated. All is well. All is well. Okay, focus, Maggie. Now, we'll mix that up, and then we're gonna add some powdered sugar because it's not frosting until we get the sugar. Oh, hold up. Come on in, everybody. Welcome. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I don't think this is enough frosting for everything. Oh, we haven't added the sugar yet. Okay, how much sugar goes in here? Let's see. 2.5 cups of powdered sugar. That's a lot of sugar. Dadgum. 2 cups of sugar in the cake and 2.5 cups of sugar in the frosting. So the recipe says to add it in increments, because if we dump the whole thing in there, then it'll get clumpy. Oh, thank you, Melissa. You like it? I appreciate it. So let me get my half cup measure. I try to look nice for you all to hopefully overcome my lack of cooking skills. I'm always messing up. Okay, focus. So we have some real powdered sugar. If you're doing in all seriousness, if you're doing a keto or low carb version of this, I am not a doctor, do not listen to me, but you could use powdered sweetener. Let me show y'all a substitute. I think I have some Swerve. Do I have some? You could use Splenda or Stevia. Oh, here it is. Okay. So I'm your substitute teacher because I cook with sugar substitutes, dairy substitutes, and gluten substitutes. You can get this at Walmart or Amazon. This is confectioner sugar, which just means it's powdered sugar, but I call it my sugar-free sugar because it's 0 calories. And this one doesn't have a funky aftertaste. But since we're giving this cake away, we're going to use real sugar, okay? Stevia, monk fruit, any of the sugar-free sugars, all right? I know. Okay. It's probably gonna be all of this. Okay, so y'all help me count. 2.5 cups, that means we need 5 of these. This is the half cup measure. So we need 5 of these. I don't know if I have enough. Okay, so 1, woo! Whoa. Y'all, one of these days. So we're mixing our sugar into, I know y'all. Ooh, not only is it getting sweeter, but it's really getting like that frosting consistency. I'm excited. Yeah, Swerve has a decent powdered sugar, absolutely. Okay, so that was 1. Y'all, it's gonna be this whole thing. 2. See, this is why every time I bake, I remember why I don't bake. Because you gotta measure and stuff's gotta be precise. Does anything about me look precise? Y'all, we just wing it over here. That's all right. The cake is coming together. Aw, thank you, Kimmy Lou. I smile with all 32, Kimmy Lou. I can't help it. When Marcus was little, he's a Marine now, but I was laughing or something, I smiled. He was like, Mommy, your teeth are so big. Thank you. I don't know, y'all. I was born this way. Tell me you're African without telling me you're African. Okay, number 3. But it's my superpower. I couldn't beat it back if I wanted to. I can't help it if I wanted to. I couldn't help it even if I could. Can't help it if I wanted to. I got a problem. All right, come on in. Thank you for the support. That was 3 half cups of sugar. Yeah, we're just gonna put this whole thing in there. But I do like this recipe because in all honesty, like these are not ingredients that I need to consume. I buy them for recipes and then when they're lingering around, it's just not good. Let's do this one 4 and then we'll do the rest for 5. And I'm giving this cake away. I teach etiquette classes. One thing you all, that lady teaches etiquette classes. I know. In the kitchen, it's my happy place, all right? So allow me to be ridiculous. But I'm doing a little young girls mentor program tomorrow, and we're doing afternoon tea. So we're all gonna get dressed up in our tea dresses, and I'm gonna show them, we're gonna do tea time. And I'm gonna show them how to do like cakes and teas and scones and all that good stuff. So I'm baking these cakes to give them away tomorrow, all right? Thank you all so much for being here. We made it to 10,000 likes. Welcome, this is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. That was about 2.5 cups of powdered sugar. I'm sure it's sweet enough. We are making our own cream cheese frosting with a double shot of vanilla. If you know, you know. All right, so let's mix up this last batch. And then I'm gonna scrape down the sides and really get it in there. Oh, you love the etiquette class info. Oh, thank you. Y'all can tell my natural personality. I'm your favorite extrovert. And I'm very happy in the kitchen, but you know, in all seriousness, especially when you're in mixed company or, you know, different places, you can't kick down the door and be all wild and wonderful. So I took my own etiquette classes a few years ago, and now that is what I teach for those who are interested. And so I'm teaching the young ladies tomorrow. They're like 9 to 12. It's gonna be so much fun. You all can find me online. I'll be posting some pictures afterwards with their permission if y'all wanna see the class I'm teaching for the young ladies. Because everything starts at home. My mom's a retired home economics teacher who now uses the dishwasher but forced me to wash dishes by hand. Okay, anyway, I digress. But it starts at home, so I love helping the young ones. All right, y'all, this looks really good. And it's actually like nice and silky smooth. All right, now I know some of y'all who wants the, what is this thing called again? Last week it was a paddle. It's a beater, right? Just beat it, just beat it. Who remembers that? Your mom was making a cake and let you run off with the frosting. Does anybody's mom do that anymore? Don't get me started. Anyway, you didn't ask me that. Okay. Let's taste for research purposes. I'm gonna set this over here just so I can properly wash it afterwards. 20 seconds on the cake. Y'all, look at that. It's like got ribbons. It's beautiful. Y'all, we made frosting. I am so proud. Okay, let me wash my hands. So we're gonna get the cakes out. I know they're hot. I got a fix for that. And then we gotta make the crumble topping. But y'all, this tastes so good. Oh, I forgot. Okay, timer's over. This is so bad, but it's gonna be so good. You know those fruit trays that has like the yogurt or the cream cheese fruit dip? So bad. This is gonna ruin the strawberry, but you asked me to. If you asked me to, I just might change my life and try this strawberry. Y'all, and these strawberries are sweet. So it hit me, it gave me the pow pow. Oh, the cake, hold the phone. I'm never gonna get this weight off, y'all. This is too much. This is too much. Pure heaven. 10 out of 10, would recommend. In all seriousness, if you have butter and cream cheese and some powdered sugar lying around, you could make like make a little fruit tray and have a little dipping thing. Ugh. Okay, our cake looks good. All right, so let's take these out. Let's do the knife test. And then I do have a struggle cooking rack. Hold the phone, y'all. I got an idea. Where's my towel? Oh, okay. So we have one with nuts and one without nuts, because you all insisted. Ooh, I see some crispy edges. Thank you all for the hearts. Thank you. All right. So we'll put one here. And then it's been 30 minutes. Hopefully the knife comes out clean while I was fooling about. Ooh, I like the color. Hot. Okay, and then our cupcakes or muffins or whatever these are. Oh, wow. These really got done. Ow, it's hot. Okay, focus, Maggie. All right, so now what we're gonna do Let me get a knife. She test it with the knife, and then we'll see if it comes out clean. And then, all right. So we're gonna go. Not really. This will go back in. Let me get a new knife. I really should probably just do a toothpick, right? I think the color looks good, but see, again, this is my issue with baking. I don't know. I think it's fine, but let me just put it in while I get the cupcakes out. I'll just put it back in. She did say 30 to 35 minutes, so let me give it like a couple more minutes because we gotta make the crumble up top. I probably should have tested it while I was down there. Okay. So for my struggle versions, we have the cupcake version. We have the ramekin. I'm not testing these. They're fine because I said so. All right, so let's take this out. And then I'm gonna see if I can pop out the other one. Hot. Okay, now we have this one as a cupcake. All right, let me do something. Let me get a little plate. I'm just gonna go around the sides here. Ooh, it's nice and crispy on the side. Probably should let it cool for just a second. All right, so I'm gonna do all of them around the side, let it cool. Cool it down. Now, before you frost it, you're really supposed to let it cool all the way. Oh gosh, I'm totally tearing this thing up, y'all. This is why I don't bake. Okay. Look, well, let's taste it. Oh my God, it tastes really good. I'm gonna let this cool for a second. We may just have one, but I have something else for y'all. I bought these just in case I needed something to frost because my cakes, I turned the oven off, yeah. Oh, thank you, hello Big Bank. So we have something to frost. Don't worry. Okay, let's make the little crumble. She just said it was 1/4 cup of brown sugar. So I have some brown sugar. Gonna make a little topping. This will go on top like a little garnish. I was born in Koforidua. I'm from Ghana. Hello, Big Bank. Yes. My mom is a Pafu and my dad is a Chim, Asante people. You may call it Ashanti. Okay, so we have some brown sugar, a tablespoon of cinnamon. We'll use the rest of the cinnamon that we have. Y'all, I could just eat that frosting with the strawberries, but I would be no good. Where's the cinnamon? I know I have it here. Did I put it back? Oh dear. Hold the phone, y'all. Looking for the cinnamon for. Okay, it can't be far. Oh, there it is. So we're making our little crumble to go on top. Welcome everybody. Thank you for the cake slice, Stella. Ah, hello, chef. All right, so we're gonna put in the rest of the cinnamon. It calls for a tablespoon of cinnamon. So we have brown sugar. You love the cake? We got some cinnamon sugar. Is that all it is to make cinnamon sugar? And then some more of the chopped pecans, however you say it. I'm just gonna taste this. See if we made a little cinnamon sugar. If you like coffee cake, that crumble that goes on top, or cinnamon rolls, you know, you can buy this thing that says cinnamon sugar, or you can make your own with cinnamon and sugar. You could buy honey mustard, or you could mix honey and mustard. And a lot of times, you know, you can do the exact amount that you need without all the extra ingredients, all right? I need some French toast. All right, and we're gonna put the pecans in here. So we have a nice little crumble to go on top. How much? As much or as little as you want. All right, so now I'm gonna try and take my little cupcake out, see if I can frost it, and then see how our cakes are looking. So come on in, everybody. Welcome. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie the Substitute Teacher. We are making what is called a preacher cake, church cake, potluck cake, funeral cake, the type of big, like, half-sheet cake that you could take to a gathering or give to a neighbor. All right. So I'm just mixing the pecans in here, and then I'm going to give it a nice little taste. This is going to go on top. Aw, thank you, The Exposed. You like the kitchen? I appreciate that. Let's taste it. Woo! A little nuttiness, cinnamony, sugary. All right. So we saved some of the batter, and this cupcake looks the best. Is it cooled down? No. Am I gonna wait? No. I'm gonna see if I can pop this out. Let's do this. Let's put it on a little plate. See if I can show you all the finished product. In the recipe, it does say, let it cool. See if I can get it to come out. Ah, you would love a dessert-based girl dinner. Woo! All right, so we got a few little holes in the bottom, but y'all look at it. Isn't it beautiful? I have nuts in mine. Okay. We'll frost it on here, and then I'll put it on like a little small cake so that it looks good. All right. Now, we are going to carefully, but isn't coffee cake the best? Please don't break. Okay. Oh, y'all, do y'all see those crispy edges? Do y'all see those crispy edges? What would be a dessert girl dinner? It'd be like a dessert charcuterie board. Okay, so if you're just coming in, we made the frosting with a tablespoon, not a tablespoon, a stick of butter, a block of cream cheese. We whipped it up. We added powdered sugar and a double shot of vanilla. So I'm gonna take some of that frosting out, and then I'm gonna show you how she does it on the whole cake. I'll try the whole cake. So this is what we made. It was nice and swirly, delicious. So we're gonna slather that on, and I will do this. I'll slather that on, then we're gonna smooth it out. And then she sprinkles, once it gets smoothed out like that, that nut mix that we just made, she puts that on top. And then this is what she's gonna take to the funeral. I'm gonna give this to the ladies tomorrow so they can cut it. But I didn't want to deliver a cake that I took a big hunk out of, so that's why I have this little small one, all right? So, let's get our frosting. Y'all, it looks so good. I could put that in a pipette bag if I knew what to do with it. I do not. So we're gonna put a nice little dollop on there. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna smooth it out with a spoon. And then we'll put a little sprinkle on there. Oh my gosh. I'll just do some little wisps, like I know what I'm doing. Assortment of cookies and strawberries. I'll put some strawberries around it, y'all. Okay, yes, focus. Okay, then we're gonna get our crumble topping. Oh, I need to get that cake out of the oven. Ah! That's probably a bit much, but I'm gonna cut into that. But I'll put some strawberries around it. Let me get that cake out. And I'll have a little girl dessert platter. And then let's see if we can struggle frost one of these. So bad. Oh, those are hot. I'm gonna take my little cooling rack. I don't need it, it can go on the oven. Hold the phone. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take it out of the silicone so it can really cool down faster. I'll bring it here so y'all can see. All right. So one of the reasons why I use the air fryer liner is because I can lift out the whole thing. Now, we are a live cooking class, so you get to see everything good, bad, and ugly. That was pretty ugly. But I want to get it out of the hot pan because I want it to cool faster. But you really don't want to handle it when it's fresh out of the oven. But isn't coffee cake best when it's warm? That's okay. Got a few cracks in it, but the frosting will cover all of that up. Gotta be careful. Okay. So I'm just gonna glue it back together so you all can see. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. We have one with nuts and one without nuts. All right. So I'm just gonna put this behind me for just a moment. Try and let it cool down. All right, let's go back to this one. Let's put some strawberries around it. I'll take a picture, then I'll take a bite, and then let me know if I should try to frost one of those or should we pretend and frost this store-bought banana walnut loaf cake. All right, y'all who are real bakers, let me know. Is it gonna be a disaster if I try to frost that cake? Okay. So we have some strawberries that go excellent with this cream cheese frosting. Y'all are over there laughing at me. Okay. So we're going to rinse these off. Bria's smiling. Oh, thank you for the hand claps. Strawberry coffee shortcake. I know. It's so good. But yeah, if you have neighbors or, if you have somebody that, graduation season, new moms, new neighbors. I don't know if I should put it stem. All right, we have a little struggle version here. If you ate any more, it was about to be RIP frosting. Thank you so much. Y'all are calling it nutty strawberry bliss. It looks pretty. All right, so let me take a picture of this just in case our actual cake is a disaster. All right, so let me know, y'all. I want to be authentic, so I want to actually frost one of these. They're still warm. I think it's gonna be okay. I'm ready to take a walk on the wild side. For those of y'all that like to eat the mess ups, we could put a dollop of cream cheese frosting in there and let you have your little jar and go be happy. That's always an option. So I'm just gonna clean up around here so I can take a picture so it doesn't look like the disaster that we all know that it is. So I'll take my little, I think I have my phone now. All right. Let me move the iPad out of the way, and I'm gonna taste it. Get a view of those beautiful red strawberries. And I need a cross section. I gotta get in there. Let me do one with the flash, and then I'll do a video. All right, everybody, so today we made the preacher cake. This is the mini version. I put strawberries outside. We have our homemade cream cheese frosting with the cinnamon brown sugar topping. And inside this cake is cake flour, vanilla, baking soda. We have eggs, we have sugar, And we have pecans. Enjoy. All right, y'all. So let's take a bite. What do you think? Looks so good. Thank you. Oh, God, y'all found me. All right, so we're going to take a bite of the cake. Let me move our berries over so we can get a nice little cross section. Oh, I should have done that. Let me do that in the video. Let me get a fork. There is such a thing as a cake fork, but we're going to use a regular fork. And here's your etiquette lesson. You didn't ask, but I'm going to let you all know. When you're cutting cake, you don't stab down the top like that and scoop the cake. You cut on the side. So we're going to take a nice little elegant piece, and then you want to put the cake in your mouth and remove it with your lips. You don't want to hear shards of glass, all right? So I'm going to be teaching the young ladies tomorrow, but a little demonstration for you all. So let's go in and let's get some of this. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, y'all, that looks so good. I have to show y'all before I eat it. Look at that. Y'all see that? I'm all ready. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Woo! Okay, focus, Maggie. Let's get some of this with the frosting and everything. When I tell you, y'all, it is moist. I don't know if you can see, I know I have all that frosting on there, but the cake itself is moist. And then this frosting, it tastes like a coffee cake, but then the pecans on top, y'all, I am drooling. This is a problem. I'm so glad I made one just for me. It is sweet, but so good. 10 out of 10 would recommend. And y'all could put that frosting on there and eat it like a little mug cake. And before I frosted it, I don't know if y'all could see, like it has those crispy edges. You see the crispy edge on the top of the cake? It gives you like a nice little crunch. Having a moment. It is so good. I don't even know where to begin. I don't want to embarrass myself. Let's bring one of the struggle cakes over and see if we can frost it. Can I frost the real cake? Or should I do the fake cake? This is the fake cake. Hopefully I can frost the real one. Okay, y'all, a little goes a long way. Wow. I don't really eat sugar like that. That little muffin size is perfect. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Do the real one. Kimmy says no. Kim says yes. Okay, frost the real cake. Okay, so let's do this. I'm gonna bring them over. Why did I lift that? Okay, they are still warm, but I want to be authentic. So let's do, this one is smaller, like lower to the ground. It is too hot. Might be too hot. It is too hot. So I got a fake pound cake in case I mess it all up, and a fake banana cake. But I'm going to try and frost this. I wish I had, I didn't have the edge on here. Okay, let me do this. I'm gonna let this one I'm gonna let properly cool since it looks better. I think this is the one with nuts. And if I mess up one, I have an extra one. It won't frost. All right. But y'all can see it's still sticking to the sides. Maybe I didn't butter it up well enough up to the sides. But I'm gonna give it a try. You know what? And okay, just frosted. So she just put like, we'll just put 2 of those on there. And we're just going to kind of go around the top. I don't know what I'm doing. And we're gonna make it look nice with the swoopy swirls, you know, like the Publix lady does. If it was cool, I would take it out of the parchment paper. Maybe when it's cool, I can. Exciting, I know. All right, let me just turn this. Just kind of come down to the edge, try and cover it. I'm glad I did the little mini one. I think I'll get some scissors. That's what I'm gonna do, y'all. I'm gonna get some scissors and cut off the excess because it just looks so brown paper bag. It's not bad, but okay. And then, let me use my finger so I don't have a big lump. I got a little extra with the cinnamon sugar. All right, I think it looks okay. The paper is throwing me off. I wish it looked better, but I didn't have a foil pan. Let me try and cut some of that excess off, see if that makes a difference in the presentation. And I know those of y'all that are real bakers, I am making a massacre of your craft. Who does this? Nobody. Again, I would like to welcome you to Maggie's struggle cooking class. We are not waiting for this cake to cool. And I'm just taking the air fryer edges off. But this is our preacher cake that you can gift to somebody. Take time and let it cool properly. But I just wanted to get all this excess off. It looks slightly better. All right, and then I will, and just because I want a few extra nuts, and just because y'all have inspired me. It still looks good. Oh my gosh, Peggy says it's no longer nut free. Oh my God. Well, you know what? I tried. That's all I got. You are correct. So if you don't eat nuts, I'm gonna do a little garnish. If you don't eat nuts, you'll have to get a different cake. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't do everything, okay? I went through all that, but I'm just gonna do a little bit of a, try to disguise the, what is this, the air fryer wrapper. And then I'll take a picture and then we will be done. And I'll let it cool. But yes, this is our no nut free. Let me do this. I just made it all extra for no reason. I'm gonna cut the top off. I don't know if I want to put something on the cake. All right, let me take one last picture and then we will be done. I'm just gonna turn these around. Looks okay. Oh yeah, it is still gonna be good. Thank you. Thank you all for that. All right, let me take a final picture. It tastes really, really good. We have our frosting for this one. I'll just frost that one. You know what I was about to say? I'll just frost that one and not put nuts on it. But at this point, it don't matter, right? All right, so we have our preacher cake dusted with cinnamon sugar and pecans. Enjoy, y'all. Well, like I said, I'm Maggie the Substitute Teacher. I make food and femininity content. This will be posted. I know that's kind of bright, but I wanted to do this recipe. We got our cream cheese used up. I'm very happy about that. We got our something else used up, but I'm really excited, y'all. And my little portion is over there. So you can use your frosting two ways. You can use it for your cake or for your strawberries. And I'm loving this little crusty edge on the side. Oh, y'all, in all seriousness, the best part of this cake, I don't know if you can see right there in the corners, like this little crusty piece on the end, that little crumb right there, that's the best part of it. All right, so I will allow this one to cool, and I'll frost it and make it look like what it's supposed to. So, whew, this was the goal. And this is what I made. All right, so thank you all for another struggle cooking class. I'm Maggie the Substitute Teacher. You can find me on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and X. I make food and femininity content. I'm with you all Fridays at 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central. But I just wanted to give this a try so I can give it to the young girls tomorrow when I teach their class. And we made one for us. And that pineapple does the trick, y'all. It is so moist. It is so good. So before I embarrass myself any further, I'm gonna let y'all have a good night. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, we made it to 14,000 likes, 14.4. Please tap the screen on your way out. If you like sweet recipes, you can share this struggle recipe with anybody that you know likes cakes. And again, this is a great one. Since it's so moist, I think this will stay moist for a while. You could actually wrap it and freeze it. You could do mini loaves. You could do little muffins and cupcakes. You could do all little jar cakes and put the little, top on it if you're meal prepping. You could have your little dessert and then put your cream cheese frosting and strawberries on the side. But yeah, y'all, it's a lot of sugar, so I wouldn't eat it often, but this is an excellent cake. So I'll be back with you all next week, Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central. We're at 14.9. Tap, tap, tap. Thank you, Kimmy Lou. Thank you, Jan Wood. Thank you, Mark. All right, we made it to 15,000. All right, everybody. See you all next week.